Hello and welcome to God's Grace on Thee. Today I'd like to discuss Ezekiel 39, chapters 11 through 22. And it came to pass in that day that I will give Gog a burial place in Israel, the valley of those who pass by east of the sea. And it will obstruct travelers, because there they will bury Gog and all his multitude. Therefore they will call it the valley of Hanan Gog. And so it'll take 7 months to bury them, to cleanse the land. All people will aid in the burying and will give renown and will gain renown for it on the day that I am glorified, says the Lord God. At the end of another search party will pass through the land and bury them bodies remaining on the ground. And then another search party to go out and find parts of bones to bury it in the valley of Haman Gog. The name of the city will also be Haman. Thus they shall cleanse the land. In chapter 39, there it provides the entire description of the holy place that God has established for his people. So he takes Ezekiel through every corridor, every archway, every gate that he establishes as his kingdom. And he is sent to literally read about it, see it, digest it, so that he can go and spread the word to the people of Israel. I'd like to cover today a little bit about the battle. And we already covered in chapters 38 of Ezekiel, where he tells about his vision of the Battle of Armageddon. It states here that since winning the Six-Day War in June of 1967, the nation of Israel has grown into a world military power and has proven its ability to defend itself. But according to the Bible, and we covered this, since winning the Six-Day War in June of 1967, the nation of Israel has grown into a world military power and has proven its ability to defend itself. But according to the Bible, the greatest threat to modern Israel is continued existence has yet to happen. This is when Israel will be attacked by a coalition of nations from every direction. The prophet Ezekiel describes this invasion known as the Battle of Gog and Magog in Ezekiel 38 and 39. Now this coalition of invading nations will be motivated by a seething desire to eradicate Israel, to enrich themselves, and then entangle Israel's allies into the war. So the prophecy of the Battle of Gog and Magog begins with a list of 10 proper names. In Ezekiel 38, we saw that in 1 through 7. Now the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, set your face against Gog of the land of Magog, the prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus says the Lord, Behold, I am against you, O Gog, prince of Rosh, Meshech, and Tubal. But as I've already explained in the last video, there is no Rosh. Rosh is just a title. So I already explained to you those passages and those verses. And he addressed the coalition of the invaders. So we covered most of what's going on. Now let's look in current day of what's taking place. And we've already established the fact that Gog would be modern day Turkey. And modern day Turkey is gaining alliance. And they also have an alliance with Russia. They never used to, but they do now. So when you look at the map and you see what's happening and you see the allies on each side, Russia and Turkey, you can tell, you can see that Israel's in the center. So when all hell breaks loose, then there comes your battle, and they're going to be surrounded. In Ezekiel 39, I had just read you that passage, and he describes how Gog is going to go down. and how they're going to have multitudes of bodies on the ground, and how it's going to take 7 months to clean it up and make it sterile again. This map kind of gives you an idea of the surrounding nations. Now they've got this labeled, Russia labeled as Rosh, but it's not. That is not right. And Kazakhstan is Magog, they call it. And here we got Persia, which is modern day Iran. The words Persia, Persian, and Persians are found 35 times in the Old Testament. In Ezekiel 38:5, Persia is best understood as modern day Iran. And the land of Persia became the modern day nation of Iran in March of 1935. And then the name was changed to the Islamic Republic of Iran in 1979. Now Libya is what we used to call Put. Put is the dark blue. So when is the timing of this battle? The battle of Gog and Magog will occur in the future, in the end times. But when in the future? Well, there's a general agreement about many of the details in Ezekiel 38:39 that we just covered. The timing of the battle is the most debated issues. But what we see, if you watch what's going on today, and how everyone is working their little alliances together, okay? There's some people that want to stay out of NATO, and there's the other ones that are separating themselves out of it. And a lot of the alliances are joining the BRICS. Now, based on what we've already covered, we have found that God is very upset with Israel, with his people, because they are not only idolizing false gods, but they have also turned their faces away from God. And he's given them everything and every ample opportunity to make it right, and it's still not right. And we have to remember that the Zionists, there's division within the Jews. You have your chosen Jews, and then you have the Zionist Jews, the Khazarians. And they're the ones that slowly invaded and made their way into their country and took over. And so now Israel is being led into their own demise because they refuse to seek God and get rid of their nasty ways. And it's all evil. So in the end of this fiasco, I believe, just based on what we've already read, is that all of Turkey and all the armies will go down. And they will bury them. And then the final one will be when Russia comes in to literally destroy Israel. Just based on what I'm reading. We see what's going on, and if you haven't, you need to go and look at it and do a little research. So that's what I have for you today, and I hope that kind of gives you a little window, a glimpse into what to find and what to seek and what to expect in the future, because this is all coming to pass. Now, Turkey is now undergoing, and they're waiting for the re-election. So Tayyip Erdogan is hoping that he's going to continue as leader so he can continue moving towards Israel. That's his goal. That's his goal. That's always been his goal. So it's going to be interesting. So take a watch. And it's going to happen now in June. So we got a couple weeks or so just to wait and see how this is going to play out. Okay, folks. Be sure and share your smile and give someone you love a hug and do something really kind for someone that you don't even know. Love you. See you. Bye.